Hello there, and welcome to the BTC podcast, where it's all about creativity, innovation, and meaningful conversations. My name is Gedi Molusiwa, Gedi aka Lizoti, aka Lizo, Zo, your official host. And of course, we are back at it again, back like we never left, and we're back to give you something to remember. Today's conversation and episode is centered around BTC's Francistown Marathon. Now, this is something that they have embarked on over a few years now. Go na le ba e leng gore have been traveling to Francistown, na le ba e leng gore they live in Francistown and have been a part of this ongoing movement, which is all about charity. So we're going to find out more about this BTC Francistown Marathon along with the BTC Foundation, just to understand what this is all about and what the mandate is for Botswana Telecommunications Corporation. Now, joining us is Mr. Pilot Yane, who is Head of Business Development, and he'll be our guest expert telling us all we need to know about this. Hi, sir. Welcome to the podcast. Are you well?
Thank you so much for having me.
Erra.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.
We want to obviously, like I mentioned, we're chatting about the BTC Francistown Marathon. Mm-hmm. I like that you're wearing the T-shirt.
Yes.
So, what inspired this concept of having a marathon? Francistown Marathon, which means it's obviously centered around being go Francistown go gate.
Okay. Well, let me just first of all start by telling the viewers that BTC is a listed entity. Is the only listed ICT company here in Botswana in the stock exchange. Now, as a listed entity, we've got shareholders. We've got Botswana who own BTC. We've got other institutional investors who own BTC. Now, like any other corporate persona, BTC plows back. It has a mandate to plow back to the communities that it operates within, and hence the birth of BTC Foundation. So BTC Foundation is basically a tool that we use, or a vehicle that we use to plow back what we call corporate social investment. Now, there are certain key focus areas that BTC Foundation has laid out. One of them is sports development, and the other one is innovation. The other one is, just youth development and so forth. Now, we chose Francistown as the home for the BTC Francistown Marathon solely because it represents a very big captive market for BTC. As you know, that we operate countrywide. We've got clients all over Botswana.
Yeah.
And Francistown becomes a really key focus area. It's sort of like our second city. So it's the city of our marathon. So that is really the concept behind it. Now, when you look at the focus areas of the foundation, being sports development, health and wellness, that's really how the foundation is really benefiting from those two. I'll just focus on Francistown and its greater Francistown or its surroundings. What does the marathon do for Francistown? First of all, economic impact. The day we announced the date of our next edition of the BTC Francistown Marathon, hotel accommodation started pouring in, both from the 4 stars, bed and breakfasts, lodges. So the economy of Francistown is really boosted by this marathon. We also talk about, street vendors, small businessmen, whom we deliberately actually engage to provide certain services for this marathon. So economic impact is one of the big, benefits that this marathon brings to Francistown, and its greater, surroundings. We're not only focusing on Francistown, by the way. We do look at, your Tonotas, your Masunga, Tsamaya, Tamashangas, all those areas that surround Francistown. The second is sports development. We have a technical partner called the Francistown Athletics Committee,
Okay.
FAC. That's our technical partner, whom we basically deliver this marathon with that technical support. So one of the key things that we have tasked them to do is to unearth, talent, especially from our youth. You'd realize that we've got in our marathon, we've got certain categories of the race. We've got youth category. We've got we do attract youth, and Francistown Athletics Committee, as our technical partner, identify this talent, and we also deliberately make them part of the beneficiaries of our social corporate responsibility. So that's how Francistown benefits. And then also the social aspect of it. What we do is that from the proceeds of the marathon, either from the registrations, from the partners that we bring on board to sponsor our marathon, we set aside part of that proceeds to plow back to the communities within Francistown and Greater Francistown. So what we do is that we work with the local leadership. It could be the VDCs, it could be the council, to identify beneficiaries where there are needs. For example, it could be primary schools, it could be clinics, it could be other facilities that typically service the public. So we do plow back to those. So that's the social impact. So those are the three big impacts that the marathon brings to the Francistown community and its surroundings.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you were able to now touch on the other parts that I was obviously interested in finding out. So, in terms of starting this marathon, I think this is the third or fourth year that.
Well, this is the fourth year, but we could essentially say this is the third one.
The third one,
because what
okay.
we did 4 years ago, we revamped it. We obviously rebranded it, and now we are going into the third edition.
Okay.
Yes. So April, 26th of April, 2025, that will be the third edition that will be delivered.
It will be
in
the
marathon.
third edition.
Yes.
Okay. And I want to know how much has been raised thus far from the time when we started the Francistown Marathon.
All right. When we started, after the revamp of the marathon, we were able to plow back just under 300,000. I think around 296,000 pula to the communities, to the needs. That included primary schools, clinics. We donated printers, we donated computers, and so forth. And then the second leg, which is the second year, our donations increased to around about 397, just under 400,000. So you could see the growth. And what we do, what we have confidently assured the Francistown community when we launched the next edition of the marathon is that we are now going to give away 500,000
Wow.
as donations to
Yeah.
the need causes. So cumulatively, you could see that we would have actually donated more than 1 million pula, to the needy cause or the needy communities within Francistown
Nice.
and the Greater Francistown.
Nice.
Yeah.
We love to hear
And,
that.
and thanks to the partners that come on board, part of my responsibilities is to basically bring on board partners that basically partner with BTC to deliver this marathon. And they do come on board in a form of sponsors. They do sponsor various initiatives. They could sponsor ambulances. They could sponsor, water.
Water, yeah, that's
They
what I
could
thought about.
sponsor all the other different things. Some of them come on board as cash sponsors. So they really do make a lot of impact in terms of us now, taking back the proceeds of this marathon and plowing it back into the communities.
Lovely.
Yeah.
In terms of the difference, because we have so many of these marathons running in the country, there's always something that's obviously helping the community of athletes and people that like to keep fit.
Yeah.
So what is different about the Francistown Marathon in comparison to all these other marathons that we already have?
Lovely question. Thank you for that. Ours is a bit unique, and I think we have differentiated our marathon. First of all, our marathon is Botswana Athletics Association. It's approved by that BAA, and it's also approved by the World Athletics Association. So you could see that we are really compliant in terms of the rules and regulations of professional marathons.
Yeah.
And we are also a Comrades Marathon qualifier. So the athletes that come and participate in our marathon, just last year, our last edition of the marathon, close to about 40 athletes actually qualified for Comrades through our Francistown Marathon.
Wow.
So you could see that we're really making that impact. We are slowly becoming an international marathon, and we do attract international athletics. As far from Kenya, South Africa, Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe. So our marathon is really international, and we are growing. We are growing year on year.
Yeah.
The number of athletes that actually participate do increase on a year basis.
No, that's
Yeah. And then one of the other unique things that I've seen that some of these other marathons are copying is our activations. That's really unique. What we do is that, 3-4 months before the marathon, we start our activations so that, people can come on board and prepare their bodies and mind for the big day. And these activations are quite exciting. Corporates come on board. We offer them a platform to also engage and to also, sell their products and services to the participants who come on board or who attend these activations. So that is something that is quite unique that we started off. And I can see that some of these other marathons are trying to copy, but they will never really reach what we've achieved. Yes. Yeah. So those are quite exciting.
Yeah,
Activations.
it sounds very exciting.
It
In
is,
fact,
it
yes.
is, yeah, yes.
In terms of also talking about excitement, now what can we expect in the next one? I know you mentioned it's happening in April.
Yeah.
Next year,
26th of April.
2025.
Yeah, 2025.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going to be happening then? What's different about what you guys have on offer then? And Rekasolo Helaing.
Thank you for that question. First of all, we are expecting close to about 4,000, more than 4,000 athletes to register,
Okay.
participate at the marathon.
Okay.
From the previous 3,500. And secondly, our patron has always been the office of the vice president, and that's something that we take pride in, to ensure that our government is a key stakeholder and remain the key stakeholder in this great initiative. And then also, we are also going to engage our business community in Francistown as part of the build-ups to the marathon. I think about 2 days before the marathon, our CEO will host the business community in Francistown.
Okay.
Just to engage with them and get their feedback about, BTC as a service provider. It's very important that we keep in touch with our customers and get their feedback so that we can better service them. So that's something that is quite different. We're going to engage the stakeholders. We are also going to be partnering with the city of Francistown. As you all know, we've recently, experienced that there's the new leadership within the city of Francistown. In Jan, we are going to be engaging with them formally so that they can be on board.
Yeah.
They have actually indicated to us that they would like to be part of this. One of the other key stakeholders that have come on board is the Ministry of Environment and Tourism. What they want to do this time around is to promote, interesting, places within the surroundings of Francistown.
That's nice.
So that it is not only about Francistown and the marathon date itself,
Yeah.
but people can actually have an opportunity to visit these interesting places. Some of us are actually ignorant about some of these interesting places that that are there in Francistown and its surroundings. So the tourism organization is going to come on board and help us to promote that. Yeah, and then we're also going to have an after party. That's a big one. We're going to have an after party after the marathon.
Yes.
To unwind and just relax.
Yeah.
And BTC staff members are going to be there in numbers, in big numbers, to form part of this. We have ongoing CSI projects within Francistown. And as our staff members are going to be attending the marathon, we will also be extending our hands on those ongoing CSI initiatives.
Okay.
So you know, that's the plan around next year in terms of making the marathon a big success.
Yes.
Something that people really look forward to.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, are we open for registration?
Registrations are open.
Okay.
Registrations are open, and people can actually go to our BTC website, click on the BTC Marathon icon. You will then get all the race categories, and you have an ability to actually pay online and register online. You can also go to the nearest BTC shop and register. We are also getting our SMEGA channel ready to open up that channel for registrations.
Okay.
In terms of registration fees, that we are quite competitive. We do encourage people to go onto our website to view those fees.
Yes.
We have publicized them.
Yes.
And one of the things, the biggest benefit is that when you register for the marathon, automatically we are going to give you the marathon bag.
Goodie bag.
The goodie bag with all the goodies.
Yes.
The nice T-shirt, the refreshments in there. And this time around, there's a big surprise.
Oh.
So people must really register, get that goodie bag, and we will have introduced a very big surprise for them. So we do look forward to large numbers registering for a marathon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then just going back a little bit now to the foundation part, the BTC Foundation part.
Yeah.
What is more that you'd like to highlight to us about your foundation or the BTC Foundation, and how can organizations or other members of the society be a part of growing the foundation or contributing towards it and just trying to make a difference and an impact like what you mentioned?
Yeah, like I said, we're really about giving back to the communities and also about partnerships. And one of the key things that the foundation has focused on is innovation. Botswana, as a growing economy, we want to really unlock the talent. We have seen that there's a lot of innovation, especially around the youth. And we do encourage organizations to come forth and partner with BTC. We've got we've actually recently launched our innovation lab, where we encourage people to come through with our ideas. We can incubate those ideas and see them through to commercialization through the support. We do offer you all the resources that you need as an innovator. And we also like to encourage organizations to come forth. It could be around process automation. It could be around better service delivery. So BTC has really opened its doors for organizations to come on board and partner with us.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the key focus areas
Yes.
for the BTC Foundation.
That's
And we have also recently introduced what we call staff volunteer, program. We've realized that we've got offices countrywide, and we've got staff members spread all over Botswana.
yeah.
And we have now introduced what we call staff volunteer program, where BTC staff would actually identify projects within their localities. And then the BTC Foundation equips them with resources so that we can then go out there and deliver those projects and change lives. Just recently,
really
we
nice.
were in Francistown, I think 2 weeks back,
Yeah.
at the Nyangagwe, one of the wards there in Nyangagwe,
Yes.
where we planted fruit trees. We also have engaged a contractor to, renovate some of the facilities there. So it's just an example of some of the projects that we have embarked on.
I like that.
Thanks to BTC Foundation's mandate to plow back to the communities and, most importantly, to ensure that our staff is involved and engaged.
I like that a lot. Yeah, makes a big difference.
It does. It does.
And as we close off our conversation, what are your parting words to the viewer, the listener, the stakeholders, the person who's thinking about partnering, considering it, you know, the person who wants to be a part of it as well? What do you have to say to that individual that is watching us or listening to us today?
Yeah, thank you. I think as we are parting, I would like to encourage, first of all, people out there to register for the marathon. Registrations are open. Visit your nearest BTC shop and register, or log on online to the BTC website. Just click on the BTC Marathon icon. You will see all the necessary detail and the steps. It's so easy to register. In January, late January, we'll start our activations, our exciting activations. So please be part of that. And as for the organizations, we have opened up our doors for you to come on board and partner with BTC. We have various sponsorship packages ranging from technology partners, health and wellness partners, safety, health and environment partner, VIP hospitality partners, and so forth. It's going to be an exciting marathon this time around. We've got the new leadership in the country. They are going to be part of the marathon.
Yeah.
And we would really encourage corporates and organizations to come on board and partner with BTC to deliver yet another successful, big, exciting marathon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yane, for your time.
Thank you so much.
That was Mr. Pilot Yane, Head of Business Development here at BTC, talking about the BTC Francistown Marathon and how exciting it is. So let's get back into it and let's get registered to it and let's all participate in the BTC Francistown Marathon. From myself, KD, and the team here at the BTC Podcast, it's been so real, so nice. Catch you on the next one. Bye.